kings protecting the kingdom. And anyone that feel they being disrespected, respectfully bring them.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name is Ty. People call me the Whisker Man, Mr. Ty, but I have a special guest today. My best friend, brother from another mother, the inimitable, the indomitable, the extraordinary talent, Wordsworth. What's happening, brother? Great to see you. Great to talk to you again, face to face.
Got this. We're in my office. This is where I write everything.
I call it the mothership.
This is where I write everything. I got my little studio set up there. I usually have my chair sitting back there, do my teaching and everything like that, and got the records up and everything. So yeah, man.
It's a humbling experience to see it's a culmination of everything I know about you, and to see everything, all the history. It's like, this is your CV, this is your resume.
Yeah, man. And
surrounding us.
Now I got the new album coming out.
An album.
With Stu Bangas. So I was like, man, let's promote it as much as we can. So I was like, yo, let's do this. You know,
Two Kings.
Two Kings, man.
Who are the kings? As if we had to ask.
Stu Bangas is the king of the beats.
I'm
the king of the rhymes.
Love it.
And hip hop is our kingdom. So it's two kings protecting the kingdom.
Wow.
It really wasn't the original title of the album. It was just like needing a title for the album and then feeling like the song itself was defining of what we are. So it was like, yo, why overthink it? The song is right there. Two Kings. Yeah. It just made sense. We got D.V. Elias Christ on the hook. He's super dope as far as like coming up with hooks that are melodic, yet people can sing along with it, grasp it, and it also has substance in it.
Okay.
So it's dope to have him on there. And it's just one of those intro, when it comes on, man, it's like real triumphant. Like, the album started.
Yeah.
You know the album started, and
I got to listen to it last night, so it was
yeah, and it's like I envision what it's gonna be like crazy at shows performing it when you come out on stage with that burn, and it's just triumphant. So
as kings should be, just come out like royalty,
exactly,
with an impression,
right? And then working on the album, I'm always looking like for these different pockets. So I feel like, okay, I got the story joint here, I got this here, I got that here. But what's the set off? Okay. So like once I heard that beat, I was like, oh, this right here it's like that. It's call to action. Like, oh, okay, it's these guys ain't playing. So
give us some story, your background. Who decided to collaborate and bring this together? When did the idea come into fruition?
So social media, man. I'm scrolling through. I believe it was Twitter, pretty much. I'm going through, following Stu Bangas, and this beat comes on, which is now the song Solidified, which we'll get to that. And I'm like, yo, you mind if I lay a verse on that? Just because I was like, the beat fire.
Yep.
I'll lay a verse on it and, use it if you want to use it. My respect and admiration for him. I'm like, man, it'd be dope for me to be on a Stu Bangas track. So if you want to use it, rock it. He was like, yo, he dig it. And then I was thinking, man, maybe we should do more work, but I didn't want to jump the gun with it. He hit me like, yo, we should work together on something. I'm like, man, for sure, let's do it. And then that sparked where we are now with Two Kings.
So he liked what you dropped.
Yeah, it was dope, man, because he has a great following within himself with what he's been putting out. He's put out a lot of dope projects with dope artists. So it's been dope to like collaborate with another producer that is also on that level in production that's just gonna push me with what I do.
Yes. Wow.
So
why don't the city do its job? So many mysteries unsolved. 100 degrees, the baby dies sitting in the car. Ethnicities a melting pot, the city has evolved. Is it bigotry? Don't get the same publicity as stars.
Track 2, Day 1.
I
know the other person that's on there, Punchline. You guys, we're talking about, we all go way back.
Right.
That's
Day 1. So I had that beat, and I liked the up tempo of it. Like the tempo of it is dope. And then me and Punch hadn't done songs together in years.
Exactly.
Right. That's so it was only fitting. People like, yo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think people look forward to this reunion of sorts?
Definitely.
Wondering, when we're gonna get another
right
team up again.
Right. And I felt this was the perfect project for that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, okay, it's me and Punch on it, but it needs that third person. So then just kind of bringing it full circle, Ali Vegas, you know, when he came out rapping back in the days, this, you know, when he first started, people were like, this is the next coming of like Nas. And then he was able to carve his own path going through the game, which is to this day, he sustains that level of high lyricism. But the thing is, he was signed to Trackmasters, messing with Trackmaster around that time. He's younger than me and Punch at that time. So we all would hang out anyway. And so we were younger. And now we're older and we never had a song all together. So I felt it was a 360 moment for all three of us to get together. And it's called Day One, kind of like one day will
What's
be
the theme behind that?
Yeah, one day it'd be a day one. So people that you trust may just one day it'll change. So you might be a day one, but then one day something might occur and then all of that falls down. So this is dope.
That's
man.
Thematically appropriate given, you know,
Yeah,
the flux of relationships and the time that's passed. And
exactly.
Amazing.
And just making sure that it has the concept day one day, and it still can intertwine together and just sound dope. And hearing Ali Vegas rhyme and hearing Punch rhyme, and then just the story behind us knowing each other for so many years.
Exactly.
It's just so dope to get a song done together.
Sitting in the car, eyes filled with rage, gun in his hand, steady thinking how he got played, but not being punked in front of people's how he got raised. A few weeks ago in church, though, he just got saved.
Hey, track 3, Embarrassed, which we've all felt at one point or another. What's this theme about? Talk to us about, walk us through the track, the theme, the inspiration.
The track is like, first of all, the drums are crazy.
Yes.
Hitting on there.
Yeah.
Soulful. But bottom line is pride. The pride of us, having that pride gets people in so many problems and issues. And the pride aspect is just basically like you not wanting to be embarrassed. So if somebody joke on you, your pride gets hurt. Yes. A girl situation that, you know, you can't get played in front of your girl. So
we call it losing face.
Losing face.
You know?
So you'll do everything to not get embarrassed, or if you get embarrassed, you'll do something to protect that pride from being embarrassed. So it's all about protecting your reputation. So the main thing, that song is dope on the basis of when you hear the storytelling. So that's another thing, just having the aspect of the storytelling of a guy being embarrassed with some social media stuff, and then a girl being embarrassed on some relationship stuff, which are real significant stories that go on today.
They're relevant.
They're very relevant. And just kind of hones on the fact of where we are today. Everything's pride. People are very prideful and you can't say anything, even especially to a lot of the younger kids and such. You know, they don't want to hear nothing, as which we didn't want to hear nothing when we were younger too.
No, yeah.
But
it's amplified. We're all the main character, as they say now, right?
It's amplified, and also with the whole thing of social media. So that's why I kind of touch on some of that in the song as well.
Wow, that's a great topic, by the way. Yeah.
Cleaning up, I found my yearbook in my closet of my high school years when I went to Norman Thomas. We were good, we were bad, we were live, we were honest teenagers, we were lost. Didn't turn out like we promised, like John and Juan Flores from Honduras. Got married to Dolores and Doris Torres.
So I got to listen to this, y'all. And arguably one of my favorite tracks and themes and flows and deliveries. And when you hear this track, Yearbook, when you hear the song, you can visualize it, which is what I've always appreciated about Wordsworth, the artist, and his work. Talk to us about Yearbook.
When I got the beat, I'm up here like, I know the beat is crazy, so I'm like, I don't just want to rhyme about anything. I do know I want to tell a story.
Absolutely.
But I'm always thinking of like, how do I tell a story different? Right? There's a million stories that's been told, but despite how many things are done, right? Phones are made all the time, but there's always a new phone. Shoes are made, always new technology. So I always push myself to go like, okay, I'm going to tell a story, but what angle works?
Yes.
But then listening to the beat every 4 bars, it kind of changes, and it made me say, okay, I want to change every 4 bars. So it's called Yearbook, and I pretty much give you some descriptions of what's going on, and how people turned out from the yearbook. So that's the bottom line of it. And it's just cool and it's funny in some regards because it'll make you think like, hey, what happened to such and such?
Absolutely.
Yo,
I was transported into that feeling.
Everybody starts thinking like, yo, what happened to such and such? So this gives you a story.
And how did I turn out?
How did I turn out? Right. And then, even part of the song, I reminisce about who I was.
Yes.
And I don't even big myself up. I made myself like some corny dude and this and that. So I got, a sense of humor. I don't gotta have I ain't gotta be like, yeah, I had the bins and all that. Nah, I made it more welcoming to anybody to listen to the song. And then I think the ending, the idea for the ending worked out well as well. So
we ain't gonna spoil it for you guys.
Yeah, Yearbook. So that's
track.
one of my favorite songs as well. I could put that on repeat.
Yeah, so. we were talking about how, at least how visual it is, and again, like storyboarding it in my mind, because I'm the artist type, and that's how I think. You think in words, also storytelling, as you keep saying, and I think in pictures, and it's just doing that when you're listening to it. So,
yeah, man, it's I'm looking to get a video done for it now, so we're researching some ways to get a video done for it. But if you got any ideas, you got some ideas out there, leave them down in the comments. Or if you think you could possibly shoot a video for it after hearing it, let us know if the video isn't out yet.
Absolutely.
Yearbook.
Start the madness. Start the madness. Start the madness. Start the madness.
In all the pandemonium and all the madness.
Start the madness.
In all the pandemonium and all the madness.
The madness.
Yeah.
Breeze Brewing and John
Robinson, yeah.
Hey,
shout out to them.
Take a shout out to you, these guys, these blokes. Take us through that track.
All right. So
who started what, and how did you guys get together?
Yeah, so the Madness, that's the first single that's out now, and I think that was like a perfect lead single for us. The beat is crazy. It features Breeze Brewing of the Juggernauts, John Robinson, which is a incredible lyricist, and then on the cuts we got DJ John Doe. His cuts on there, I mean, it's at the same level of the bars, if not higher for us. You know what I'm saying? And then the beat that Stu made is one of those. The dope thing about the beat is you can groove to it. You get a dance to it, 2-step. You don't feel crazy. It's just a dope beat. And how it came about really was I wanted to do a song with Breeze and get him on the Stu album. And I'm like, man, because we didn't have a song together for my project. So I'm like, yo, Breeze, I'm working on this, get you on the Stu joint. And then I'm going through Instagram and I seen that he liked the Madness beat. So I said, okay, that's cool because, let's, work for me. Because he picked something he liked. I don't got to send him 20 beats.
There you go.
He picked it. He liked it. I said, yo, I want to get Breeze on this joint to Stu. I'm like, he said he got to check and see if it's still available. Beat still available. We write to it. Breeze verse, if you listen to it, talks a lot about like mad stuff in there. So he has like the mad rapper, like stuff with mad things, like hinting at that. My verse is, bars, and then John Robinson also, we just barring. Everybody's barring crazy. And then I was like, man, got to come up with a hook. And Breeze was like, yo, check this out. The madness, like, and the scratches and the cuts. And he was like, yo, put that on there. And then DJ John Doe from Southern Vanguard Radio just like murks it. I mean, it's crazy. Nice. So that's the Madness.
Hey.
To the mother of my kids, please contact me. Send me the address where you live. Came home, the closet empty of the clothes you wear out. Sat on the couch, the house and bank account was both cleared out. You took the Ford Expedition, drawers, checks was missing. Pawned everything you need to feed your meth addiction.
Next track, Mother of My Kids, featuring C Red.
Yeah, shout to C Red.
Shout out to C Red. Okay,
she's ill.
Wow.
C Red has.
Did I hear this one too? I think I heard this one.
Yeah, and I showed you a clip of the video with me in the closet
Yes.
stuff. C Red, for those that don't know, super dope lyricist.
Mm-hmm.
C-Red. And if you go on her Instagram, she does these Wednesdays. What is it called? Wednesdays. Like freestyle Wednesdays. But
Okay.
She freestyles on Wednesdays. White Coat Wednesdays.
White Coat Wednesdays.
Because she's in the doctor field.
Okay.
So White Coat Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, she goes in her car during the lunch breaks, and does freestyles over people beats
Got
in
the
the car.
smock on and
Killing
that's
it.
the scope. What are we talking about?
Yeah, like real deal. Like
Wow.
on the job break,
Okay.
freestyling to people's beats, split screen, killing it, murder. When it became White Coat Wednesdays, became viral. So I'm scrolling, get a whiff of that, follow. I'm like, oh, she's ill, super ill. So then once I got the Stu Bangas track, I was like, man, I need a female perspective on here. Who should I call? I know a lot of dope female rappers, but I also wanted to blend with somebody new that I hadn't done a song with. So I was like, C Red is dope. I hadn't done a song with her. And I think she'd be perfect for this. So hollered at her, she got on the track and it worked out dope. So mother of my kids, and it's dope to get a male perspective and a female perspective of parenting.
Okay. Is that the theme of the track?
Yeah,
in terms of
it's about
how you approached it.
Yeah, parenting and me having some issues with my wife, her having issues with her husband or whoever your significant other is, and just discussing like how it affects the kids. So that's one of my favorite records. Actually, I have that on repeat pretty often, So and I just love the beat because it's just like it's almost like sometimes a beat that you might not even expect, but it's like crazy. So yeah, Mother of My Kids. That's one of my favorite ones on it.
When you pick these topics, do you say to yourself, okay, this has to be relevant to me, this has to be relevant to my listeners? What do you prioritize? Yeah,
definitely. It has to be a topic I don't think nobody's kind of like touched on. Like I'm like, okay, from my perspective, how does the beat make me feel? That's my first thing. How does the beat make me feel? Then what character feels that way? So I go, okay.
Well, how did this particular beat make you feel?
When I heard it, it made me feel like contemplating. Now I'm saying contemplating what? I'm contemplating this particular issue, and then I'm up here like, okay, I have an issue with this. How do I build on that issue? Wow. So I'm always removing myself from it. I'm always going mood, tone, character.
Yep.
Character, problem. Character, problem. How does it solve? How can we have this problem? So, and if you want more of that writing stuff, I got a program at the University of Miami.
There you go.
And you type in organized rhyme, University of Miami, and you can pay, and I'll teach you some more writing techniques. But that's kind of my mode of it. And the song, man, it's this incredible beat, man. It's when I first did it, I actually had wrote the female verse because I was like, man, I got something that I want to say from a female side that I want to write. And then so I wrote it, vocaled it, and then wanted to have somebody try it out and get it done. But then I was like, let me get somebody to just see if I can find a female that I think could pull it off, and C Red pulled it off.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a version of it with another verse that I wrote from a female's perspective for somebody to do. So.
Which is the hardest perspective to write from. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of...
I'm trying to do now.
A lot of... Because, a lot of people ghostwrite and write for other people. And I just knew, like, I wanted to make sure that the song had the integrity of the bars that I'm bringing. And luckily, C Red has that skill. You might catch her on the Master Ace album and Master Ace and Marco Polo album that's out as well. So she's on there murdering it too. Shout out to C Red, White Coat Wednesdays. Go check out her Instagram.
There you go.
The alliance of two giants. Over beats, recorded words, supporters merge, we gain new clients. Our audience mix, our stories depict categories of glory and glitz, horror and bliss. With chicks call each other a bitch, the lawyer will switch, fighting with the landlord until the toilet is fixed. Everything.
Oh, featuring Tech.
Yeah.
Let's break that down.
Yeah, Tech from Smith & Wesson, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man. Yo.
I'm having flashback moments of
like
listening to
artists that we came up
yeah,
with, right? Yeah, that's what's
all I'm feeling
man,
right now.
Legendary artists on the project. So, so check it out. There was a track that I had, right? And Stu didn't realize that the track was used by Tech already until John Doe. I sent him my version to do scratches. He was like, yo, Tech dropped this already. So I'm like, oh man. So then I let Stu know. So I was like, all right, that's cool. So we got the old record, and I'm like, you know what though? This is dope because there's a relationship there of Tech, Stu. This other beat I got is dope. I had just seen Tech and Steel at Thurston Howell had a birthday bash, or was it? It might have been birthday bash or a low life party, but we performed, so I seen him there. But overall, at the end of the day, Tech has such a unique voice. His voice is so iconic. I'm like, man, he already got a relationship rhyming on Stu Records.
Yeah,
you know, this just makes sense. You know, maybe that's the reason why the first one didn't work out, so it could get the seed planted. And I asked him to do the hook. He heard it. He said, yo, it's fire. The song is fire. He did the hook. And then now here we are, man. And it's just one of those things. When that beat dropped, oh, man. The beat dropped and then the hook is just one of those crowd joints, man. We just rhyme.
absolutely.
You know, if you want to learn an MPC and MPK, you got to sign an NDA. Like from Stu Bangas, you know, like I'm just rhyming on that, man. I'm going in with the bars. And yeah, man. So yeah, man. Oh, it's crazy, man. Shout out to Tech, Smith & Wesson. Yo, thanks.
Very cool.
In the air, releasing viruses, parasitic, the herders, the FBI using trackers, hackers getting the service, online burglars are bragging, their status has risen further, addicts committed murder for catalytic converters, dollars missing from booklets and churches, searches.
Next track, which one are you? Featuring Elzai.
Yeah.
Take us through that one.
Man, for years, shout out to Elzai. For years, people been wanting me and Elzai to rhyme. You know, they respect his level of lyricism. I respect his level of lyricism. People respect my level of lyricism. So it's just like Clash of the Titans. A lot of people like, I want to hear you and Elzai rhyme and be on the track together. So it's always like you want to do songs with people that want to hear you, right? You want to do a song with somebody that want to hear you with, but you don't want to just rush the song.
Right.
Because you could get somebody, you could ask for a feature all the time and they might do it, but then the song might not be fire like the standards of what it is.
Yeah.
You know, this was just a perfect opportunity because Stu Bangas is of that cloth, Elzai is of that cloth. What we're working on is just dynamic. So I'm like, this is the song. So this is the song. What takes it to another level is the way the song is structured too, as opposed to getting Elzai, I got a 16, he got a 16.
Okay. We
go back and forth. So now it's I drop 4, he drop 4.
I love these formats.
He drop 4, I go 4.
Yeah.
He drop 4. And it's like bars.
Yeah.
You know, I had sent it to Ace, and Ace was like, when I sent it to Ace.
It's such a hip hop thing.
Yeah.
That we, you know, that format.
Yeah. And it just makes you appreciate the bars. So,
yeah.
You know, Ace was like, this is like a bar fest. Y'all going back and forth. Y'all so many bars going back and forth. And I'm like, yeah, this is what people expect. So I felt like it lived up to hype. And it's called Which One of You? This basically it gives a little, you know, we talk about social issues in the streets and in the world. We're not just on there rhyming. We're not rhyming about us being the best. We're not rhyming about us being the best on there. We're actually rhyming about what's going on, like street stuff and social stuff. So that's a cool thing about it. So which one of you are you? The doctor, the lawyer, the thief, the killer, the positive person, this person, this and this and that. Which one of you? So that's pretty much what it's about, talking about people and things in the streets. But overall, we're rapping about we just going bar for bar, man. So shout
And
out
whose
to
idea
Longtime.
was this theme of identity and people and occupations and almost
Yeah,
that?
I just was once I wrote the rhymes and then the beat, the Stu Bangas beat, you know, it just get you nodding. Then it's just like that. You know, all the beats make me nod and kind of give me little dance vibes a little bit. You know, like I gotta have a groove. And Stu Bangas beats always have a groove to make me. You know, I'm trying to pick beats that make me get a little sway in there. And that I know will be melodic but still grimy at the same time. So once I got the bars down, then I'm like nodding with it and just boom, boom, just following the thumb. Boom. The beat is just kind of guiding me where to go with the hook. And then I think the hook turned out to be phenomenal for what we're doing. And this is it's a song that you're gonna rewind. You're gonna rewind because we're going back and forth.
Yep.
And you're gonna be like, you know, if you out there, try to learn the Elzai parts, because if we do a show and you know the Elzai parts and he ain't at the show, I'll bring you on stage and me and you go back and forth doing the song. That's where we at with it. So yeah, which one of you, you know? So
you guys now have a reason.
Yeah.
All the more reason to show up at a show.
Yeah, it's
just
crazy.
so you can do the verses.
Yeah. So that's the which one of you.
Awesome.
I met her at a Stu Bangas show. It was packed, but usually on a Tuesday it's slow. Front row, she was singing, used to do radio. Moved from Houston to Massachusetts 2 days ago. It was
Something Strange.
Yeah.
Talk us through that one.
Yeah, Something Strange is a story joint, but another one of the joints that your head nod and you just go along with us. And I like, you know, I meet this lady that's like, she's dope, but it's like, come on now, like, is she what's her deal? Like, she's not telling me the full story of things going on. So it's kind of like
mystery there.
It's a mystery. So then it's like a dope mystery that takes you on this ride of suspense. So it's just kind of like writing something suspenseful, but at the same time, you're able to ride with these beats. Like when you have this album in your car, you're gonna be able to ride with this album and just like the nod your head, but every song is that rewind moment. So yeah, Something Strange, like this lady, I don't know if I could trust her vibes. And then I met at the Stu Bangas show. You know, it's just I'm saying the rhymes, but it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So,
that's what that beat told you when you listened to it at first.
It told me,
like, wait a minute, there's a woman involved in this.
Yeah,
in this track.
Yeah. It really told me the vibe of like the nodding and enjoying the beat. Just like that's the thing. Like I really enjoyed writing this album a lot. Just like every beat is just so dope that I enjoyed writing it, man. Shout out to Stu Bangas, like sending me beats and a couple of beats to choose from, and then I'm like this one, and then I send it back. And you know, when you get those like fire emojis from Stu and he likes it, then you feel like you've done your job, because you know
that's a great feeling.
Yeah. So I shout out to Stu Bangas, because you know, at the end of the day, you don't get those rhymes without me feeling that way from his production. So it starts there. The production gives me this vibe. Then I go, okay, this is what I'm going to make. And then it's that meeting of the minds and meeting each other halfway to get a dope album.
That's something that I didn't know about the music songwriting process. That often it's the track and the sound that comes first, and then you write to it, you get inspired from what you listen to, and then it goes from there.
Yeah, it can go the opposite way.
It can go the opposite.
Yeah, because I remember hearing Guru used to show up with a whole bunch of rhymes, and it may have beats. And then you go through your book and you see what fit. Similar to like if I show up to a radio station and they play a beat, I got rhymes already.
Yeah.
But sometimes
then you still have to match them.
You still have to match it
at some level. Yeah.
You still have to match it, but it's more, I think, personal and more fitting when you have that beat and you write to it a lot of times, because you can tap into the flows. Right. That's going to be engaging, you know, because if you use a flow at the radio station, doesn't necessarily mean the flow matches the beat. It might be on beat and rhyme, but doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get evoke that same emotion.
Yeah. Punctuations,
all that. Yeah. So with the Stu Bangas project, every song I was able to just kind of tap in and just find that groove to enjoy.
Awesome.
They try to get me down to Capitol Hill with subpoenas, but I told those agents zero like Gilbert Arenas. The same success as a rapper I fulfilled as a teacher. School every day building leaders till our children are seniors. A million.
Hey, Solidified, featuring you know who, Master Ace.
Yeah, man.
A lot of Ace fans out there, that's for sure.
For sure. I mean, that's my big brother, man.
Hey,
Don't question who we are. We solidified. Yeah, man. I met Ace
Great
in
hook.
2000, and then we toured for like 15 years straight. I learned so much from him on the road, how to, be a manager, take the craft seriously, and just like really think about how to sustain longevity, because he's been here so long. So I'm up here like he's my model, role model, and everything of what it is. And so once I had that track Solidified is actually the first track me and Stu recorded that I got off of Twitter from hearing him play on Twitter. And then once I had it done, and we started working on the album, he was, wondering what guests we could get. So I'm like, man, usually do joints with Ace, but I want to make sure it's the right one. I sent that to Ace, he messed with it. So I'm like, all right, if Ace like this, then it's special, because he's great at picking beats. He has a great ear, so this is special. And it turned out.
Did you know he would like it?
Not really, sometimes it's a mood thing too, even for artists. It's like I've sent stuff to people that's, they're not in that mood or in that mindset right there. And I've had tracks for a while and I'm like sitting there with beats, and then I like the beat though, but right now I'm not in that mindset. Then like 3 weeks from now, I'm in the car, beat came on. So it's a mood thing. Each person has a different mood for what they want to write and when they want to write. So I just kind of go off whatever you feel. So once he dug it in, he sent back the verse and everything. We both was like, we got a nice hit on our hands with this record. So Solidified is just really saying that we've been here doing it so long on a production with Stu Bangas. What I've been doing, what Ace been doing, like, don't question who we are. We solidified, and if you're already dead, if you live a lie, that's really it.
Another powerful theme right there.
Yeah.
Speaks to the heart, speaks to character.
And just really integrity.
Integrity, yes.
Like, don't, and in some regards, you ain't even got to worry about the album. What's the album like? What's the beats like? What's the rhymes like? Because we're solidified, but we're not solidified, and we're not solidified and conceited and like closed-minded. We're solidified with understanding to be aware of maintaining the quality of the product. Some people are so feeling they're so solidified, they don't even care. They're like, I'm just gonna put anything out. Now we're solidified because of the sustainability of being able to put out dope stuff consistently. So we're focused on that. That's why once I got the beat, knew it was a Stu joint, I did it, I sent it to Ace. We're all able to recognize how special the record is.
Wall Street, end of the day, they let me ring the bell. Christmas time, singles about Kris Kringle sell. Did a single of Jingle Bells, singing with Adele. Well, hard times don't last. Enjoy it, cause time goes fast. Hang with your friends, go hug your kids. Okay to smile, go out and live. Go take a chance, okay to dance. Hard times don't last.
Next track, Hard Times Don't Last. It's
Man.
like the beginning of a famous quote, huh?
This might be my most fun record on here, man. I love that joint. It's hard times don't last. It's the fun of the flows from the beat. The beat gave me there's this room on the beat to rap fun. You know what I'm saying? That's so dope about it. You don't gotta like overthink. You just kind of like have fun with it and are able to paint a picture about things you're going through that are little things, but maybe big things to you. So like, I got an 80-inch TV. I could see it well. Then the TV fell. Like
we talked about this yesterday. The monkey's paw.
Right.
Where you
don't get what you wish for, right? That's
what you wish for, You get something, and it's this great thing. They've been wanting it the whole time, And then this thing also comes with a trade-off.
Come with a trade-off. So the song is so dope. Hard Times Don't Last, man. I sent it to one of my friends. He was like, yo, that Hard Times Don't Last. 2K, shout out to 2K. He's just like, yo, play that joint. I love that joint because the hook about what I'm saying in the hook too. It's just a cool groove. So that's one of my favorites on repeat. I repeat a lot of these songs when I get in the car though. Like I don't think I ever go through the whole album without bringing the song back at least twice and say, all right, I heard it twice, go to the next one. That's how dope the album is to me. So Hard Times Don't Last is a special song.
Yeah. No, that's a kind of endorsement that, I had yesterday when I heard these songs.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, put it back. Let's get another taste of this.
Let me hear it again and then go to the next one. That's
you almost don't want it's like tasting a meal, and you almost there's more coming, but at the same time you're where you are now, and it's savoring.
That's how this album is too.
What's up with the theme? Let's talk about a little bit of that. Was it personal? Was it is there projection there of your experience, hard times, or is there incidents that you just notice about human nature?
I talk on there about personal stuff, but then I also talk about things going in society.
Yeah.
And saying like, although this may happen to you, it's for a moment. So they don't last unless sometimes you dwell on them.
Hence the end of the quote. Hard times don't last. Tough people do.
Yeah, right. So you're gonna deal with some things, and sometimes you may even question being happy, which will lead you down a dark road. Yeah. But if you kind of have that optimism and you kind of say, okay, this is just for a moment, I gotta have some optimism, then you can understand that they don't last, but you have to kind of play your part in trying to help them to get stopped. So, and that's something to wrestle with, but I think you got to just kind of have some optimism and try to find something that gives you optimism, whatever it is.
Or a silver lining.
Try to find it.
Amid the chaos, the hardship.
Whatever it is, try to find it.
Yeah.
God, I hope that you there. I know that you here. Nowadays it's like the church, the post office for prayers. You help the poor, treat the sick, and got the cell blocks covered. I'm sure since the pandemic that your mailbox flooded.
And the final track, we come to the final track, God's Mailbox.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow. Very cool. I listened to this one, and this was like, another artistic. I feel like a lot of there's tracks and songs that, are personal. They almost give advice. They almost tell the storytelling aspect. And this one sort of ticked a lot of those boxes.
Yeah. God's Mailbox, I had the concept for a while.
And it's featuring
Pop
Bundy.
Yeah, man. Pop Bundy, actually, he's been on a lot of different songs. He's been on my album previously. He's been on my Fragility of Life album, and he's been on other singles that I've done as well, and on Ace album. So he's solidified. So Pop Bundy he has that voice, and when he sings, it's just so soulful. To me, Pop gives the perfect hooks. Him and my boy, my brother, like no other, Pearl Gates, they give like perfect hooks. Like you send them a song, they're coming back with a hook that's gonna be like crazy. So Pop Bundy's on it doing a hook. It's called God's Mailbox. I had this idea for a while of just like how to post the church is the post office for prayers. That's where we mail everything. We mail our thoughts. We mail it there. So I made this metaphor of the church and the post office. So everything is kind of mentioning things in regards to using post office terminology.
Yes.
And that's one of my favorite songs because the hook is just incredible, but also just how we think as people, how we can look at what our prayers are and why you may feel they're not being granted, or if you feel, if you feel that they're being answered, why, or how that is looked at. But that's really what it's about. And just like the post office is the church. That's kind of how I used it like that. So That's one of my
Ironically closed on Sundays, but not anymore. Or
right.
Is that
not anymore? Right? You get stuff. You get deliveries
you know?
on Sundays.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe
man.
it's again extension of the metaphor. We need, the more we need to reach out and find answers and have them and have them received.
Right, and just having that extra time to give God a chance, or whatever the case, or whoever you believe, or whatever you believe. It's really just saying, whoever you find to be a higher power, this pathway of your prayer to get to them. Sometimes it can feel like you mailing something, and sometimes it arrives early, sometimes it arrives late, but sometimes, despite all that, it arrives on time.
Is this the first time you delved into sort of spiritual theme, higher consciousness theme?
Nah, I
songs.
I had Guardian Angel on Mirror Music.
Yep.
So I delve into that. I'm a spiritual person with things at times, and if I think the song fits the idea, I'm gonna write it. That's just really where I'm at with it. I don't try to overthink. And that's what I think was so dope about this project. Me and Stu are just knocking out songs. We're not overthinking conceptually and all this. We should do this about that, and we should go here. It's like, that sounds dope. Let's put it out. And y'all, two kings.
Wow, Two Kings. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Words, for joining us today. And the fans want to thank you as well. I'm pretty sure they're going to love the album.
Come on, man. You know what it is, man. Make sure y'all go get the album right now. You can pre-order it, or the vinyl. You can pre-order the vinyl, the CD, T-shirt bundles, all of that is on brutalmusicstore.com. I'll actually put it down in the
description box. There'll be a bunch of links.
Screen, all of that. So make sure y'all go support. The album drops December 15th though, digitally. So you'll be hearing it. Go watch the Madness video, Solidified video will be there soon, and just hit like, subscribe, comment, and everything. And that's what it is.
Awesome. Thank you, brother.
Start the madness.